Hey YouTube family, this your boy Ray Mack. Today we're going to do some southern pepper steak stew beef. Trust and believe me, you're going to love this recipe. These are the ingredients that I'm going to use for this here particular stew beef. And I'm going to have a couple of more ingredients in the video. So let's get into it right now. The first thing I want to do is season up our beef with some salt, some black pepper. And I'm also going to toss in some of this here garlic powder along with that onion powder. All right, and then we want to go ahead and mix all of these ingredients together, massage these seasonings into our meat. Now, as you can see, the seasonings is massaged into these here cubes. Now we want to go to the next step. Get you a skillet. I'm using an electric skillet. As you can see at this particular point, putting some oil in it, and I got my temperature around about 350 degrees. So I want to make sure that I'm coating this skillet well because I want to brown these stew beef cubes. All right, brown your stew beef cubes, and we're going to move to the next level, the next stage. So at this particular point, I'm going to brown mine in 2 batches. All right, so let's go ahead and brown these up right now before we go to the next step. Now I got all of my meat brown on all sides. I want to go ahead and add the rest of the meat to the skillet. Now with that, I got 1 onion sliced up, and I got a bell pepper sliced up. You can use red, yellow, green, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And no measurements is intended for this here video. I'm strictly eyeballing all of my ingredients. You can do the same. It's not going to hurt you. Trust and believe me, it's going to be good. So with your onions and your bell pepper, I got the yellow and the red here. I'm sorry, the orange and the red bell peppers here. And I want to just cook these until the veggies are tender. Once the veggies are tender, we're going to move over to the next step. And I'm going to also toss a lid on this here so that they can tender up a little quick. So don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. You understand what I'm saying? And if you aren't subscribed to Ray Mack's Kitchen and Grill, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you can be notified of up and coming videos whenever I post. So thank you so much. All right, now let's keep going in this here particular video because you're going to like this recipe if you try it. Trust me. So with the lid being placed on this, our veggies are now tender. Let's move over to the next step, y'all. Trust and believe me, if you could just smell the aroma, you will definitely enjoy this here video. Now I got some beef broth. All right, I'm going to use at least around about 1 to 2 cups of beef broth. If you don't have beef broth, you could definitely use some water and add some beef bouillon cubes to it. It'll work as well. Trust and believe me. All right, so I'm going to add the beef broth to the pot, and then from there we're going to go ahead and let this pretty much cook down for a little bit. But then I'm also going to add some of this Dale seasoning. I love this Dale seasoning marinade because it's going to give it a little pop and pizzazz. And with that, I'm going to take at least around about 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. The brown sugar is going to balance out the taste of this here meat, and it's going to give that gravy an outstanding taste. Trust and believe me, whoever put their mouth on this recipe, they're gonna hug you, they're gonna love you for days. And if they go to work the next day, they're gonna talk about you too, because this is gonna be one of the best recipes that they ever put their mouths on. Trust and believe me, I'm not exaggerating, y'all. I know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, y'all, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and put a cap on it. But one thing that I forgot to do, I forgot to add my garlic to this, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take at least around about 1 tablespoon of garlic, okay? 1 tablespoon of garlic. And then I want to add this garlic to this here meat, to this stew. Trust and believe me, this garlic is gonna make you happy and everybody else happy. Now with that being said, we want to go ahead and mix all of this garlic up in this meat. Now I did use jarred garlic. If you want to cut you up some fresh garlic, be my guest. I'm not going to stop you. So put the lid back on it. Allow it to cook for at least around about 30 to 45 minutes until your meat is tender. You can taste your meat to see if your meat is tender enough. If it's not, go ahead and continue to let the process cook on until your meat is tender the way that you like it. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and make us some celery because we want to thicken up our gravy. You understand? We want to thicken up our gravy. But during the process of your beef cooking, if you have to add more water, don't be scared to add a little bit more water to it. Just go ahead and do it. So I took at least around about 2 tablespoons of flour and about 4 tablespoons of water, mixed it up together, and I'm adding it to this here stew beef, and I want to thicken up our gravy. And at this particular point, I want to add me some water because I want my gravy to loosen up just a little bit. You can judge how much thickness you want to your gravy by adding your water. Remember something now, if you want it to be loose, you add a little bit at a time to get that niceness that you want to your gravy. So I'm gonna still let this cook for a little bit. Now, as you can see, I got me some homemade mashed potatoes, and I'm decking it up with this here tender beef southern pepper stew, southern pepper steak beef stew. I couldn't even get it together, y'all, because I'm looking at this thing and it looks so good, and it was good. Trust and believe me. I want to add a little bit more gravy to this because I just love the gravy all up in here. Now these mashed potatoes are homemade. I'm telling you, if you want to see these mashed potatoes or want me to make a mashed potato recipe for you guys, comment in the comment section below and say, Ray Mack, show me the homemade mashed potatoes, and I definitely create this particular recipe, and you're gonna love it. All right. One thing I want you guys to do is do me a favor: love and not hate. Love somebody and hate nobody. Get in the kitchen and make this recipe. I guarantee you, you're gonna love it. OMG. Trust and believe me. Thank you guys so much for being here with me, watching this video. Gotta go. Peace.